Okay. Good morning, all of you. Let's begin with the chapter. Right? Yes. So yesterday we were dealing with the IO subsystems of. Yesterday we were dealing with the IO subsystems, right? Yes. So we were discussing there is onboard communication interface, that is on. We have two different types of IO subsystems. One is onboard and external board, like what we can connect or what we can communicate with the external devices. In the onboard communication, the first one is I2C. This is called as integrated circuit, right? We discussed with this. It is mainly used in the television sets and all. This is the circuit diagram what we discussed yesterday with the communication protocol and all. So how does it communicate with the slaves and all discussed. Next, coming to the coming to the next one, that is a serial peripheral interface bus. Okay, again it is another kind of peripheral or the another kind of communication protocol or the bus, we can say the serial peripheral interface bus. It is a synchronous bidirectional full duplex nothing but two-way communication is possible at a single point of time. Bidirectional under two direction, like under from master as well as from slave. Here master can send data to the slave, and slave can send data to master simultaneously, right? So that's what it is called as bidirectional full duplex four-wire serial interface. So it has got four wires. What are those four wires? Master out, slave in. The meaning of master out is master is sending the data to the slave. Slave is acting as input. Slave is getting data in. Here master is sending out. Another line is master in, slave out. Master is getting data from the slave, from selected slave, and slave is sending data to the master. Another signal is what? Another line is what? Serial clock signal, where continuous clock signals are being sent. Next is slave select. Okay, there are number of slaves are connected to the bus, so master can select a particular slave. So that is a slave select lines anta ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. The concept of SPI was introduced by Motorola company ಇದನ್ನ first introduce ಮಾಡಿತ್ತು. SPI is a single master multi-slave system. As I said, the serial peripheral interface, it's a single master multi-slave system. ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು ಮಾಸ್ಟರ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. Master is default microcontroller only, right? So and multiple slaves. It is possible to have a system where more than one SPI device can be master, provided the condition only one master device is active at any given point of time. So if it is satisfied, SPI requires four signal lines for communication. The four signal lines I hear the master out, slave in, master in, slave out, serial clock, and the slave select anta. Just observe here. This is a diagram SPI bus serial peripheral interface bus interfacing. So there are about four lines. MOSI, that is master out, slave in. SCL, that is a clock signal, serial clock. Next MISO, master in and slave out. Again SS, that is slave select anta. The slave select line is provided to the individual slaves. Observe ಮಾಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ SS ಅಂತ ಇದೆ. This is for slave 1. Again this SS slave select is for the slave 2, and here the SS1 SS2. This is the line, SS slave select 1 and slave select 2. This is the line where or by using which the master can select the slave. Okay, keep in mind. Okay, it is developed by the Motorola. The master device is responsible for generating the clock signal. It selects the required slave device by asserting the corresponding slave devices slave select signal loop. Okay, so ಇದು ಹೆಂಗ್ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಲೇವ್ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ ಇದೆ, ರೈಟ್. ಸೊ ಈ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಸ್ಲೇವ್ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್ ನ ಲೋ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಮಾಸ್ಟರ್ ವಿಲ್ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ದಟ್ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಸ್ಲೇವ್. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡು ಸ್ಲೇವ್ ಇದೆ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಸ್ಲೇವ್ 1 ಮತ್ತೆ ಸ್ಲೇವ್ 2 ಅಂತ ಇದೆ. ಮಾಸ್ಟರ್ ವಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಟು ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆರ್ ವಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಟು ಸೆಂಡ್ ಡೇಟಾ ಟು ದ ಸ್ಲೇವ್ 2 ಅಂತ ಇದೆ. ಸ್ಲೇವ್ 2 ನ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು? ವಾಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಡಸ್, ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಮೇಕ್ signal over this or the line or the voltage over this SAS to active low. ಇದನ್ನ 0 voltage ಅಥವಾ low ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ the master will select the slave 2 and directly communication will happen. ಅದನ್ನ ಹೇಳ್ತಿಯಾನೆ. It selects the required slave device by asserting the corresponding slave devices. ಈ device ಇನ slave select select signal na low ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ, right? Yes, the data outline, the MISO, that is master in and select out of all the slave devices when not selected floats at high impedance. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಉಳಿದಿರೋ devices ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, the MISO ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ವಾ, that is a master in and the select out. So this particular line, okay, will go high impedance state. That's it. Okay, the serial data transmission through the serial peripheral interface bus is fully configurable. ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಕಾನ್ಫಿಗರ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ, right? Yes. The SPI devices contain a certain set of registers for holding these configurations. So ಈ configuration ನ hold ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಕೆ they have certain set of registers. The serial peripheral control register, the serial peripheral control register is one special register, holds the various configuration parameters. ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಕಾನ್ಫಿಗರೇಷನ್ ಪ್ಯಾರಾಮೀಟರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೋಲ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ. ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ದೋಸ್ ಕಾನ್ಫಿಗರೇಷನ್ ಪ್ಯಾರಾಮೀಟರ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮಾಸ್ಟರ್ ಸ್ಲೇವ್ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಡಿವೈಸ್, baud rate selection for communication, and the clock signal control. Okay, these are the parameters present in the serial peripheral control register. Yes. Next, the status register holds the status of various conditions for transmission and the reception. Okay, status register ಇಲ್ಲಿ serial peripheral control register, another register. Status register holds the status of various conditions for transmission and the reception. ಎಷ್ಟು ಬಿಟ್ಸ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಥವಾ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬೈಟ್ಸ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಬೈಟ್ಸ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಯಾರು ಹೋಲ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ? all information is presented status register holds, right? The status register holds the status of various conditions for transmission and the reception. SPI, serial peripheral interface, works on the principle of shift register. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತಾನೆ shift register ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಅದು ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಶಿಫ್ಟ್ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ is present in master as well as in slave, right? So whatever the data to be sent through the line is present in the shift register. From shift register it is transferred to the line, the transmission line, again from transmission line to the shift register present in the receiver end. So that's what it says. SPI works on the principle of shift register ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಯಾನೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಯಾನೆ ನೋಡಿ. The master and slave devices contain a special shift register. Under both master as well as slaves contain a special shift register for the data to transmit or to receive. The size of the shift register is device dependent. Device ಯಾವ device ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಅದು shift register ಸೈಜ್ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅದು ವೇರಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ನಾರ್ಮಲಿ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಎ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪಲ್ ಆಫ್ 8, ಅಂದ್ರೆ 8 ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, 16 ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, 24 ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಲೈಕ್ ದಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಸೋ ಆನ್. ಸೊ ಡ್ಯೂರಿಂಗ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಮಿಷನ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಮಾಸ್ಟರ್ ಟು ಸ್ಲೇವ್, ಮಾಸ್ಟರ್ ಇಂದ ಸ್ಲೇವ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಮಿಟ್ ಆಗುವಾಗ ದ ಡೇಟಾ ಇನ್ ದ ಮಾಸ್ಟರ್ ಶಿಫ್ಟ್ ರೆಜಿಸ್ಟರ್, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮಾಸ್ಟರ್ ಶಿಫ್ಟ್ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ವಾ, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಡೇಟಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ಡೇಟಾ ಶಿಫ್ಟೆಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಟು ದ MOSI ಪಿನ್. ಸೊ MOSI ಪಿನ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿದೆ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, MOSI ಪಿನ್, ರೈಟ್? ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ MOSI ಪಿನ್. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮಾಸ್ಟರ್ ಔಟ್, ಹಿಯರ್ ದ ಮಾಸ್ಟರ್ is sending the data and slave is input, slave is receiving the data anta, right? During the transmission from the master to slave, the data in the master's shift register is shifted onto the MOSI pin. MOSI pin alli barutte data and it enters the shift register of the slave device through the MOSI pin. MOSI andre MOSI pin of the slave, right? Yes. So next, during transmission from the MOSI pin of the slave device, at the same time the shifted out data bit from the slave devices shift register enters the shift register of the master device through the MISO. So this is vice versa. So when the slave wants to send the data to the master, so that will happen through the MISO. I will show that with the diagram. Observe here. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗ್ತಿದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, here the master is that is a microcontroller. It wants to send data to the slave 2 ಅಂತ ಅಸ್ಯೂಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. slave 2 ನ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, it will make this ss signal 0 active low ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? Next, so it will send clock signals through the SCL, right? SCL. Next, if it wants to send data to the slave 2, activate or make this SS high, clock signal send ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ SCL through. So again ಇಲ್ಲೊಂದು shift register ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಇದ್ರೊಳಗಡೆ. Okay, ಈ shift register ಇಂದ data is transferred to this MOSI. Okay, it is transferred to MOSI. So MOSI ಇಂದ ಏನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. Again it will transfer to the MOSI. Again shift register of the slave 2. That's it. ಒಂದು ವೇಳೆ slave 1 wants to communicate with the master 2, it wants to send data to the master 1 master. So ಏನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅವಾಗ, right? So ಇದನ್ನ active low ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ it is in it is rightly or presently it is communicating. Next, MISO ಇದನ್ನ activate ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ, right? MISO, that is master in and the slave out, right? So MI master in like this. ಈ ರೀತಿ ಅದು ಡೇಟಾನ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ದಟ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ತುಂಬಾ ಈಸಿ ಇದೆ, ನೀವು ಅನಲೈಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಬಹುದು, ರೈಟ್? Yeah. Next is in summary, the shift registers of master and slave devices form a circular buffer. ಒಂದು ಸರ್ಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಬಫರ್ ನ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ. For some devices, the decision on whether the LS or the MS, or the least significant to most significant bit of data needs to be sent out first is configurable through the configuration. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ MSB most significant bit ಅನ್ನು ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಥವಾ least significant bit ಅನ್ನು ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಕಾನ್ಫಿಗರೇಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅದು ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ. when compared to I2C, that is inter integrate circuit ಅಲ್ಲಿ I2C, SP bus is most suitable for applications. Okay, it is most suitable for applications requiring transfer of data in streams. The only limitation is SPA doesn't get any acknowledgement. Now ninne I2C discuss ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ, acknowledgement was being shared between the sender and the receiver. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗ್ತಿದೆ, acknowledgement send ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. acknowledgement send ಆಗ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ the disadvantage is what, the master or the slave, okay, they won't get to know whether data has been received or transferred successfully anta. Okay, so that is one disadvantage compared to the I2C. Yes. Next, very important is universal asynchronous receiver transmitter anta, that is UART. It's another kind of inboard subsystems or onboard subsystems, we can say. Yes. So what it does, universal asynchronous receiver in the transmitter based data transmission is an asynchronous form of serial data transmission. Okay, it is asynchronous form of serial data transmission. UART based serial data transmission doesn't require a clock signal to synchronize the transmitting end and receiving end of the transmission. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ clock signals ನಾವು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. That's what that is to send the data. That's what it is called as the asynchronous form of serial data transmission ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ. Next, right? Yes. UART the serial communication settings. Okay, like baud rate, these are the characteristics: baud rate, number of bits per byte, parity, number of start bits and stop bit, and the flow control. For both transmitter and receiver should be set as identical. So what's the meaning of this? Baud rate, for example, I'm sending some 1 kilo bytes of data per second, then at receiver side and at the sender side, at the transmitter side, it must be same. Again, the number of bits per byte, for example, if I consider 7 bits per byte ಅಂದ್ರೆ actually 8 bits ಅಂತ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, but communicationally that may vary. ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬೈಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 8 ಬಿಟ್ ಇದ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ the actual data is some 3 to 4 bits and the remaining 3 or 4 bits are used to control the flow or to check the errors and all. So ಅದಕ್ಕೆ number of bits per byte ನ ನಾವು ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಬೇಕು. Again the parity it's a kind of error detection method, right? You will study this in computer networks. Number of start bits and the stop bits, andre how many bits can be put as start bit or stop bit, and the flow control ಏನಾದ್ರೂ error ಇದೆಯಾ, correct ಆಗಿ data transfer ಆಗ್ತಿದೆಯಾ, these are the certain characteristics, and it has to be kept identical at both the transmitter as well as receiver end. The start and stop of communication is indicated through inserting special bits in the data stream. Yes, so why it is needed? Because sometime it is not it is difficult to find out where exactly the byte has been started and where exactly it has been stopped anta. Adikoskara to indicate where exactly the data or the byte is started and where it is getting stopped. So in order to indicate, they use a special character or special bits called as start and the stop bit. While sending a byte of data, a start bit is added first and stop bit added at the end. As I said, one bit na start bit agi add ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, again ಇನ್ನೊಂದು bit na stop bit agi use ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. So at the receiver side, the receiver can easily conclude or can easily identify the bytes or the byte. The least significant bit of the data byte follows the start bit. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, least significant byte ಅನ್ನು first ನಾವು ಕಳಿಸ್ತೀವಿ and it follows the start bit. The start bit informs the receiver that a data byte is about to arrive, and the receiver device starts pulling its receive line as per the baud rate settings. And ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತಾನೆ, if the baud rate is a bits per second, the time slot available for one bit is 1 by a seconds. It's very simple. Baud rate 8 bits per second ಅಂತ assume ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, 8 bits per second ಅಂತ. Then to get every bit, so what is the time required? That is 1 by 8 anta, 1 by 8 seconds anta. The receiver unit pulls the receiver line at exactly half of the time slot available for the bit anta. Yes, so if parity is enabled for communication, if parity is enabled for communication, the UART of the transmitting device adds a parity bit, right? Bit value is 1 for odd numbers of ones in the transmitted bit stream and 0 for even number of ones. So ಇದು ಕೂಡ ಇದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ತುಂಬಾ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಇದೆ. ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ದಿಸ್ ಇನ್ ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್ ನೆಟ್ವರ್ಕ್ಸ್. ಇದು ಪ್ಯಾರಿಟಿ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ಚೆಕ್ ದ ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ದ ಡೇಟಾ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್ ಸೆಂಟ್. ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರಿಟಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈಗ 8 ಬಿಟ್ಸ್ ನ ಏನ್ ಕಳಿಸಿರ್ತೀನಿ, ದ ಸೇಮ್ 8 ಬಿಟ್ಸ್ ರಿಸೀವರ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ರಿಸೀವ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡೋದು. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ? ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ದೇ ಯೂಸ್ ಒನ್ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ದ ಪ್ಯಾರಿಟಿ ಚೆಕರ್ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಇಫ್ ದ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಒನ್ಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಡ್, ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಪುಟ್ 1 okay as parity bit. If it is even number of ones, then it will put 0. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ? ಸೊ ಟೇಕ್ ಒನ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್. ಯಾವ್ದೋ ಒಂದು 8 ಬಿಟ್ ಡೇಟಾ ಇದೆ, ದಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಗಾಟ್ ಸಮ್ 3 ones ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ಯಾರಿಟಿ ಬಿಟ್ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಆ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಬೈಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಅದನ್ನ 1 ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ. ಅವಾಗ ಟೋಟಲ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಒನ್ಸ್ ಎಷ್ಟಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಅಗೇನ್ ಇಟ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ಸ್ ಈವನ್, right? Yes, if the same byte contains even number of ones, ಅವಾಗ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಪ್ಯಾರಿಟಿ ಬಿಟ್ ನ 0 ಆಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ. ಅಗೇನ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಒನ್ಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಈವನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ದ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಇಂಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪ್ಯಾರಿಟಿ ಚೆಕರ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಪ್ಯಾರಿಟಿ ಬಿಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಟು ಮೇಕ್ ದ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಒನ್ಸ್ ಆಸ್ ಈವನ್. ಓಕೆ, ಇದು ತುಂಬಾ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಥಿಯರಿ ಇದೆ, ನೀವು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಹೈಯರ್ ಸೆಮಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಕಲಿತೀರಾ. ಅಗೇನ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ನಾಟ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಎಲಾಬ್ರೇಟ್ ದಿಸ್. ದ ಯುಆರ್ಟಿ ಆಫ್ ದ ರಿಸೀವಿಂಗ್ ಡಿವೈಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ಸ್ ದ ಪ್ಯಾರಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ದ ಬಿಟ್ಸ್ ರಿಸೀವ್ಡ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಕಂಪೇರ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ ವಿತ್ ದ ರಿಸೀವ್ಡ್ ಪ್ಯಾರಿಟಿ ಬಿಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ಎರರ್ ಚೆಕಿಂಗ್. ನಾ ಹೇಳ್ದೆ ಇದು ಎರರ್ ಚೆಕಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಪ್ಯಾರಿಟಿ ಚೆಕರ್. ದ ಯುಆರ್ಟಿ ಆಫ್ ದ ರಿಸೀವಿಂಗ್ ಡಿವೈಸ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರೈಬ್ಸ್ ದ ಆರ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಾರ್ಡ್ಸ್ the start, stop and the parity bit from the received. ನಾ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ದ ಲೆಂತ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಬೈಟ್, ವೆದರ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ 7 bit 8 bit ಆರ್ 9 bit. ಸೊ ನಾ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಬೈಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟು, ಸ್ಟಾಪು ಮತ್ತೆ ಪ್ಯಾರಿಟಿ ಅಂತ 3 ಬಿಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ ಬಿಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಅಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಆಕ್ಚುಯಲ್ 8 ಬಿಟ್ ಬೈಟ್ಸ್. ಅವಾಗ ಎಷ್ಟಾಗುತ್ತೆ, 1 2 3 plus 8 11 will become the total number of ಅಂದ್ರೆ 11 bits will become 1 byte ಅವಾಗ. ಸೊ ಅವಾಗ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, UART at the receiving side, it will discard the start, stop and the parity bit from the received bit stream and converts the received serial bit data to a word anta, right? So this is how it works. So this is the example here, UART interfacing, UART, one UART from one device, another UART from another device, right? Yes, TXT, observe the transmission or the transmitter line. Okay, this is transmitter is connected to the receiver of the another UART, and receiver is connected to the transmitter of the another. Okay, here we cannot directly connect the transmitter of one UART to the transmitter of another, so it will if we do that, the arrangement will go fail. So that's what, for proper communication, the transmit line of the sending device should be connected to the receive line and vice versa. In addition to the serial data transmission function, UART provides hardware handshaking signal support for controlling the serial data flow. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, serial data transmission ಮಾಡೋದ್ರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ UART provides the handshaking signal. Handshaking signals ಅಂದ್ರೆ acknowledgements ಅಂತ, ರೈಟ್? ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದ್ ವೇಳೆ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಮಿಟರ್ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಡೇಟಾ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ it will ask the permission of the receiver. Okay, vice versa is possible. UART chips are available from different semiconductor manufacturers. National Semiconductors is the A250. It's a kind of UART that fabricates A250, right? It was used in the original IBM PCs. IBM PCs use ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. Nowadays, most of the microprocessors or the microcontrollers are available with the integrated UART functionality, and they provide built-in instruction support for serial data transmission and reception. So ಇದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಇದೆ, ಲ್ಯಾಬ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ವಿಲ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ದಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೀರಿಯಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಡೇಟಾ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಏನು ಅಂತ ಇನ್ LPC 2148 as per your VTU syllabus. In lab we'll discuss this. Okay, keep in mind. Next one, fourth one wire interface. What's the meaning of one wire? Only one wire is there, so the same way data is transmitted, our communication will happen between the master and the slaves. That's what it is, single wire interface or one wire interface anta ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ. One wire interface is an asynchronous, remember, it's a asynchronous half duplex communication. What's the meaning of half duplex? Only one way communication. When one user is sending the data, another user is kept quiet, alva. So there is a half duplex communication protocol developed by Maxim Dallas Semiconductor. It is also known as Dallas one wire protocol anta ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. It makes use of only a single line, that is a wire, called DQ for communication, and follows the master slave communication model. Using the same line, it follows the master slave communication, and it is asynchronous half duplex. Remember, one of the key feature of one wire bus is that it allows power to be sent along the signal wire as well. Power nu kuda illi ಆ ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಲೈನ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಕಳಿಸಬಹುದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ. The integrated the I2C slave devices incorporate internal capacitor, that is a typical of 800 picofarad, to power the device from the single line. The one wire interface supports a single master and one or more slave devices on the bus. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ maximum number of slaves ಎಷ್ಟಿರಬಹುದು, 2 ಇರಬಹುದು ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರಕ್ಕೆ ಚಾನ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. The bus interface diagram shown in the figure illustrates the connection of master and slave devices on the one wire bus. Observe here, port pin master ಅಂದ್ರೆ microprocessor ಅಥವಾ microcontroller ಆಗಿರಬಹುದು, slave 1 and the slave 2. Okay, just observe, ಬ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿ ಮಾನಿಟರ್ IC ಅಂತ ಇದೆ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿಟ್ ಈ 1024 ಬಿಟ್ electrically erasable programmable read only memory EEPROMs. Every one wire device contains a globally unique, yes, it is very interesting. So how communication happens? Every one wire device contains a globally unique 64-bit identification. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರತಿ ಡಿವೈಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಒನ್ ವೈರ್ ಪ್ರೋಟೋಕಾಲ್ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿರೋದು 64-bit identification number ಇರುತ್ತೆ, stored within it. This unique identification number can be used for addressing individual devices present on the bus in case there are multiple slave devices connected to the one wire bus. The identifier has 3 parts. Okay, 64-bit identification number ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ, that has got 3 parts. The first part ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ, an 8-bit family code, ಯಾವ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಬಿಲಾಂಗ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ. Again a 40-bit serial number, 48-bit serial number, and 8-bit CRC, cyclic redundancy check. So this is used to check the error. 8 bit last 8 bit na CRC use ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. 8 first 8 bit na family code represent ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. 48 bit serial number represent ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. The sequence of operation for communicating with one wire slave device is listed below. Observe this carefully. The sequence of operations ಹೆಂಗಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ. Master device sends a reset pulse on the one wire bus. ಈಗ master ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳಿ, this is a master, it wants to communicate with the slave 2 ಅಂತ assume ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ, it will send a power signal to the slave 2, right? Master device sends a reset pulse, so ಅದಕ್ಕೆ reset pulse ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ ಆ power signal ಗೆ, okay, to that particular device using that one wire. Slave device present on the bus respond with the presence pulse. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ reset ಅಂತ ಕಳಿಸುತ್ತೆ, reset anta. So if it is willing to communicate, so it will send another signal saying yes, response anta kalisutte, response pulse, right? Slave device present on the bus respond with a presence pulse anta kalisutte. Next, master device sends a ROM command, ROM command that includes net address command followed by the 64-bit address of the device, that is a unique number. This address the slave device to which it wants to initiate the communication, right? The master device sends a read or write function command to read or write the internal memory or register of the slave device. Okay, it will send a read and write command, ಒಂದು ಕಮಾಂಡ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕಳಿಸುತ್ತೆ to read the internal memory of the device. Master initiates a read data or the write data from the devices or to the devices. Master initiate ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ whether to read the data or write the data ಅಂತ. All communication over the one wire bus is master initiated. ನೆನಪಲ್ಲಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಲೇವ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಲೇವ್ ಆಗೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, they don't have any rights to initiate the data transmission. Master will only initiate the data transmission whether it is read or writing of the data. The communication over the one wire bus is divided into time slots of 60 microseconds. Okay, ಇಲ್ಲಿ time on communication over one wire bus time slot ಹೆಂಗ್ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, 60 microseconds each slot ಆಗಿ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. The reset pulse occupies 8 time slots. Reset pulse, that is from master to the slave, ಎಷ್ಟಿರುತ್ತೆ, 8 time slots. For starting a communication, the master asserts the reset pulse by pulling one wire bus low for at least 8 time slots. 8 time slots ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಕೂಡ divided into time slots of 60 microseconds. ಇಲ್ಲಿ so 60 8 48, so 8 time slots ಅಂದ್ರೆ 480 microseconds ತನಕ ಅದು ಲೋ ಆಗಿ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಆ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಲೈನ್ ಅನ್ನು. If a slave device is present on the bus and is ready for communication, it should respond to the master with a presence pulse within 60 microsecond of the release of the reset pulse by the master. Okay, within a 60 microsecond ಒಳಗಡೆ ಅದು ರೆಸ್ಪಾಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. The slave device or the devices respond with a presence pulse by pulling one wire bus low for a minimum of 1 time slot. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮಿನಿಮಮ್ ಆಗಿ ಆ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಒನ್ ವೈರ್ ಬಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಲೋ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಫಾರ್ ಮಿನಿಮಮ್ ಆಫ್ 1 time slot, that is 8 microsecond. ಅವಾಗ ಮಾಸ್ಟರ್ ಏನಂತ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ, ಎಸ್ ದಟ್ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ slave is willing to communicate with me ಅಂತ ಅದು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. For writing a bit value of 1 on the one wire bus, the bus master pulls the bus for 1 to 15 microsecond and then releases the bus for the rest of the time slot. Okay, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ, for writing a bit value of 1, ಒಂದ್ ವೇಳೆ ಬಿಟ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ 1 ಅನ್ನ ನೀವು ಬರಿಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಓವರ್ ಒನ್ ವೈರ್ ಬಸ್, the bus master ಏನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, it pulls the bus for 1 to 15 microsecond and then releases the bus for rest of the ಟೈಮ್ ಸ್ಲಾಟ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ವಿ, 60 microseconds ಇರೋ ಸ್ಲಾಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಅದು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ವಿ. ಆ 60 microseconds ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಿನಿಮಮ್ 1 to 15 microseconds ಅಷ್ಟು ಅದು ಲೋಗೆ ಪುಲ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ, ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ವೋಲ್ಟೇಜ್ ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್ 0 ಇರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. ಅವಾಗ ಅದು ಏನ್ ಕನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ, ಎಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಸೆಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಎ ಬಿಟ್ 1 ಅಂತ. If the slave wants to send a bit value 1 in response to the read request from the slave, it simply releases the bus for the rest of the time slot. Okay, ಒಂದ್ ವೇಳೆ ಸ್ಲೇವ್ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಒಂದನ್ನ ಕಳಿಸ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬಿಟ್ 1 ಅನ್ನ to the master, ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅದು, it simply releases the bus for rest of the time slot. ಬಸ್ ಅದು ಹೋಲ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ, it will release the bus. ಅವಾಗ ಏನಂತ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ ಮಾಸ್ಟರ್, it is sending one bit 1 ಅಂತ. if the slave wants to send a bit value 0, ಒಂದ್ ವೇಳೆ 0 ಕಳಿಸ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದಾಗ it pulls the bus low for the rest of time slot. That's it. Okay, yes. So remaining I want you to just go through this parallel interface ಅಂತ ಇದೆ, ಓದ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ತುಂಬಾ ಸಿಂಪಲ್. I need one more class. In tomorrow's class I will go with the external communication interfaces, where we'll discuss RS-232, right? Again the USB universal serial bus, we'll discuss this. Next infrared anta barutte, next Bluetooth barutte, right? Wi-Fi we discuss, again the Zigbee, okay, in tomorrow's class. Okay, so that's it for today. I hope I hope you have you have gone through the lab program 2, right? So if you have gone through the lab program 2, then I will send lab program 3 by today evening. Okay, please do install the Keel software 4.7.4 and execute all the programs. ನಮ್ಮ ಮತ್ತೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ರಿಪೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಹೋಗಲ್ಲ, right? So if you have any difficulty regarding the installation of Keel software, please do inform me. ಅಥವಾ ನಂಗೆ ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕೇಳಿ, ನಂಗೆ ಮೆಸೇಜಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಟೈಪ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕೇಳಿ, ನಾನು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಾಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಮತ್ತೆ ನಾನು ಲ್ಯಾಬ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ಸ್ನ ಕಾಲೇಜಲ್ಲೇ ರಿಪೀಟ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ, ಈಗಲೇ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಮೀನ್ ಟೈಮ್ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಡಿ, ಓದ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ರೈಟ್, ದಟ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ಟುಡೇ. ಇನ್ ಟುಮಾರೋಸ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಗೋ ವಿತ್ ದ other concepts. Right? Yes, thank you very much.